Live from the Rant Radio Network, you're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis,
and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat. And welcome to the Real Estate Rant here at the Rant Radio Network.
The towers of the Rant Radio Network, or the stomping grounds, as we like to call it, right?
The holy grounds.
Holy grounds.
We like to call it the holy grounds. I'm your host, Mr. Alex Alanis. And to my left here, my broker, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
You're not so talented co-host.
Not so yeah. Well, we like to say that we have no talent, but we do know a few things about real estate.
That's correct.
Yes,
Alex.
yes. And have you ever wondered what goes on in city council?
I actually do, and I'm wondering what do they get paid for?
Well, in studio today we have Miss Sherilyn Reyes. She is a candidate person for city council here in Whittier, and we will be covering that today on the show. And interesting topics that are coming up in the next couple of segments. Good morning, Sherilyn.
Good morning, Alex. I'm glad to be here.
Oh, yeah, thanks for joining us.
Hold on, it might be Jesus here calling.
Oh, there we go. Questions and answers this early in the morning. Give us a call, 855-693-4897. You can give us a call and win a $25 gift card to Stevens Steakhouse, located in the City of Commerce. Compliments of Joe and Don at the Steakhouse. Or you can win a $200 gift card to Gardens Dental here in the City of Bell Gardens. If you call in, 855-693-4897, you can win one of those gift cards. And give us a question. Or you might have a question for Sherilyn about city council. Or you might have a question about real estate, which we like to rant about. Or we do have the design deal. Let's see if Mr. Pantalones was able to get it up on the screen. If you can pick this particular design, you can win one of those gift cards as well. This one has been on for about 3 weeks. I know we had one not too long ago that was on for about a month and a half. Nobody was able to get it. You know what kind of house this is here, Sherilyn?
Say that again.
This house right here?
That's a beautiful house.
Do you know what type it is? What kind of house?
It looks like a historical to me.
Okay. That's not the correct answer, but if you have the correct answer, you're welcome to Google it. You can give us a call, 855-693-4897. The next part of the show, we usually cover questions and answers. You can email us at realestaterantradio@gmail.com. And Alonso usually pays attention to that side of the venue, if you will. What do we got today, Mr. Alonso?
This week's question comes from Mina out of Palos Verdes, and it reads, how do I find out if a property has any liens on it? And it says, I'm in the process of buying a house. I do not trust the seller or the listing agent. I would like to do my own research and find out if there's any liens on the property. Any idea how I might do this?
Well, it's kind of a loaded question. It's actually a title question, and whenever you get into contract with a property, part of the contract is that the seller is to deliver the property with a clean title. So whether or not it has a lien on it, they typically they're insured. But I think the question gears more towards how they can find out before they make an offer. Public record does have that information, although it doesn't show how far. It shows the origin of the loan on public record, but it doesn't show how much they've paid off. Because a lot of people sometimes they'll make a $20,000 principal payment, then you don't know how much reduced it's been since its origin.
And it's always important, I say, if you're buying a home, to always get the title insurance. You not necessarily need to buy title insurance when you're purchasing the home cash, but it's a smart idea to get title insurance. I mean, you don't want to sell later on in the years, and then all of a sudden, you have liens on the property, because guess what? You purchase a property and you inherited all the liens it has on it. So it's really a smart idea to don't take a shortcut and get the title insurance.
I got some swampland in Texas if anybody's interested. I mean, honestly, Alonso, have you ever seen anybody buy property without title insurance?
Actually, I have. I've seen some people that they do these transactions, where they're all cash offers and they don't get the title insurance, so they don't see there's any liens. And later on in the years when they want to sell, then guess what? There's attachments to that property. And like I said, you just inherited a bunch of liens that probably is not going to be worth your while of holding on to that property for so many years, because now guess what? You want to sell those, you got to pay those liens.
Yeah, you got to pay the liens, or there could be other issues. There could be encroachment issues. There could be easement issues. There could be tax issues that pop up. Sherilyn, have you ever come across anything like that where somebody doesn't get title insurance on a property?
I've never sold a property. I have friends in the real estate business. All I knew is that you would go to the county assessor's office and get all the information, but what do I know?
Well, you just got to jump up now being on the show, right?
Yes, I do.
Now Alex and Alonso are your friends too, okay?
Yay.
Sherilyn Reyes, you have a stage name as well. Can we mention that on the air?
Yes, my name actually on stage, and it has been for quite a few years, is Sherilyn Shalom. That's my stage name.
And what is it that you do that you need a stage name?
Well, I have a band. It's called the Royalty Band. I also am a songwriter, and I have been writing songs for many years. And I've had Shalom Productions since about 2000.
Sharon, so let me ask you, Shalom means women of peace, or is
Yes, it does.
That's the meaning of it?
Oh, nice. Okay.
That's what I am.
So that's
A
so
woman
you
of
advocate
peace.
peace, huh?
Yes, I do.
That's
Great,
well,
great.
well,
It's
that's
always,
great.
you know, we need a lot of nice people that go around preaching peace. There's so many hate in this how can
this
I say it?
world,
In this
huh?
world where we need peaceful people.
And peaceful women too. You know, peace to everybody. You know, to everybody who's listening. So Sherilyn, what is it that you do in the band? Do you sing? Do you play an instrument?
I'm the lead singer,
Oh, okay.
yes.
Uh-huh.
And I also play rhythm instruments, a little keyboard, but mostly I let the other gentlemen in my band play the instruments. And I have a great producer. His name is Carl Dabritz. And I've been with him, and he's here locally in Whittier. He has his own studio here in Whittier, Vintage Publishing. And it's his little record studio. He puts a lot of artists, local artists, on different like CD Baby. I am on Reverb Nation if you want to hear my music.
Right on.
And you're
and is there any chance of us hearing a short acapella, maybe 10 seconds acapella? Do you?
Sure.
Okay.
I actually wrote. I wrote a song about the Whittier Hills, and I've never actually sung it.
Well, let's hear a piece. Whittier Hills. It has to do with real estate. So let's hear a piece
Why,
of that.
why
Whittier,
not? I mean, do you mind?
No, I
Sherilyn,
don't.
I mean, we didn't talk about it before.
No,
but,
this
okay.
is impromptu.
Well, you know, I don't mean, I don't want to corner you or anything.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay, I wrote this regarding the Whittier Hills because they're very close to my heart. It's called Our Hills, and
Right
you
on.
can you can hear it on Reverb Nation with instruments.
And I understand you're a Whittier native, right? You live in Whittier?
Actually, I grew up in Pico Rivera, but when I got married, I moved here and raised my family here.
Pico Rivera. I thought it was Montebello. Something's not.
I was born in Beverly Hospital,
Beverly Hospital,
but I
resident
was,
of Pico,
but my
moved to
my
Whittier.
Close enough.
kind of no. I'm kind of curious because it sounds like my story. You know, I'm a resident of Pico Rivera. I went to Montebello High School, but I'm found to Whittier. So it's kind
I
of
love
like,
Whittier.
You know, oh yeah, it's a great town. You know, it's a great town, great people.
I love
Great
Pico Rivera
community.
too.
So, I don't know, 10 seconds? Would that be
Okay. The hills are mine. The hills are yours. Lord's canopy, the trees. Here we are free. The earth's his footstool. Heaven is his throne. We are his gardeners. Our world is on loan. Is that enough?
That's beautiful.
Beautiful. That's great.
And too bad
Only
my
it's supposed to be
engineer's,
with
asleep
instruments,
right
but-
now because
That's great. I just hope I'm not hearing that song when I'm getting buried in the Whittier Hills, in the Rose Hills, Whittier.
yeah, too bad.
No, it's not about the Rose Hills. It's about the Whittier Hills.
Too bad our engineer forgot the studio audience this morning. That was good, Sherilyn. Thank you. Right on. Thank you, sir. So we kind of got a short introduction already about you being a Whittier resident, what your personal hobbies are, I guess, as a musician and as a singer. But how does that relate now to city council? You know, it's interesting to see the parody there, if you will, about how you got involved in city council.
Well, when I was in high school, I was very active in politics. I never thought I was going to get involved in it until recently when the Prop A was being threatened. The Whittier Hills Oil Watch, which I am a member of, has been fighting the Whittier City Council regarding drilling in the Whittier Hills. And three of my friends, Nick Donovan, Loopy, And Craig LeBeau ran last year for city council. Unfortunately, they were also, in the Whittier Hills Oil Watch, but they did not win. So I got to say that the Lord put it on my heart, Sherilyn, make a stab at this. You've got to try to save the hills. You've got to try to save Whittier. Do it. And I'm really not a politician. I'm a singer in a rock and roll band. And I've raised 3 beautiful daughters. I'm an empty nester. They're all gone. I have a beautiful granddaughter named Skyla. She's 2.5. I never thought in my old age, I'm 58, that I would be doing this. But I'm going to make a stab at it. And, April 2014 is the election. And I hope everybody listens to what I have to say.
And Sherilyn, can you give us a little bit more information of what a councilwoman does, or what is primarily her main focus of the job? Because I understand you guys are advocates for the city, right? And
that's correct. We're public servants, actually. I used to work for the city of Whittier for a little under 3 years in the controller's office, so I do have a little bit of knowledge of the workings of the city of Whittier. Basically, it's to ensure public safety. We have a police department that also services Santa Fe Springs. And that's really a very high priority, public safety. That's a big issue in Whittier. They did have a little problem with the uptown situation when they had the little... I don't know, it was kind of like it was a street fair, and they had to close it down because of it. Unfortunately, so many people miss it. I miss it, because we had music, food, and hopefully, we can bring it back if we can find somebody to help us with that. City council people also determined what businesses are here in Whittier, the housing situation, which is what's going on right now in city council.
And that's something big that has to be that's going on in Whittier. All the Whittier area, especially right there where the Fred Sinales location is, right?
Yes, there was a meeting last night all about it.
Sherilyn, apologize. We are coming up on a break.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more Real Estate Rant.
Are you watching the game at home? Why? Come watch it at Mambo Grill, the hottest spot in Downey. You'll have good food, drinks, and a great time at a low price. We have the coldest beer in our sports bar, where you can enjoy the game on any of our huge flat screen TVs. And when your home team wins, you get 25% off anything in Mambo Grill. We're on Downey Avenue, 1 block north of Firestone, or visit us on the web. Mambo Grill, love at first bite.
Do we have your attention? When it comes to tequila, 2 things matter: heart and passion.
Never compromising integrity for mass production. Number 1 Tequila delivers the goods. Taste the heart and passion of Mexico in every bottle.
We make it right. We make it fun. Superior tequila. There's only number 1. There's only number 1. There's only number 1.
Been in an accident? Then you need your vehicle professionally repaired. That's exactly what you get when you bring your vehicle to Greg's Auto Body Repair. 3 quotes within minutes. We will provide everything you need for a hassle-free auto body repair, from an accurate estimate to working with your insurance company. We will get your vehicle to its pre-accident condition as soon as possible. Greg's Auto Body has been serving Los Angeles County and local cities since 1970. Call us at 562-789-1300.
A home is the biggest investment in most people's lives. Buying or selling should be a positive experience.
Whether you want to be a wealthy real estate investor or just trying to find a place to call home, at AJR & Associates, we focus on the client's needs.
We understand the market better than most. Let us bring the value to you and make the right choice.
AJR & Associates, making your dream house a reality. Call us today for a free consultation at 562-882-1976. Or you can log on to www.agrrealtors.com.
With a track record of great results, bringing knowledge, wisdom, and expertise to you. Hablamos español. Live from the Rant Radio Network.
Listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis.
And your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat. And welcome back to the Real Estate Rant here at the Rant Radio Network. Mr. Alex and Alonso here with in-house, in studio today, Miss Sherilyn Reyes. Stage name, Shalom. Did I say that right?
Shalom.
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 Women of peace.
Women
more
of
like
peace.
that.
I love that. That's cool. Here, Sherilyn is a candidate for the City of Whittier Council. And when is the election, Sherilyn?
April, the
Oh,
second week in April of 2014.
And how does one vote? How does one go to vote?
Well, you have to be a registered voter. You have to be in the city of Whittier. Unfortunately, those who live in the county of Whittier, your vote does not count. They're trying to change that in June. There's a referendum to redistrict.
So the unincorporated parts of Whittier, they don't count?
Unfortunately, I don't believe so because, well, I know if you're a candidate, you can't live there. That was one of the reasons I moved from. I used to live in the county area
so you
of
have
Whittier.
to be a resident of Whittier
Yes.
in order to be on the ballot even.
Yes.
Incorporated Whittier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Incorporated Whittier,
And
which
so
is
that-
pretty large.
So they're kind of segmenting out the poor side, the South Whittier, right? That's discrimination.
Actually, we're trying to change that. Actually, there is going to be redistricting coming up. There's going to be something happening in June. So Whittier is changing.
Right on. Well, hopefully, with your candidacy, everything that we talked about is very interesting. Now, there was a council meeting last night.
Yes, there was, and it was very exciting.
Please do tell.
Well, it was a special meeting because there was a couple of referendums on there. Well, actually, not referendums. I'm getting it mixed up. There was a couple of things that had to be voted on one of them was voted on. It was regarding the marijuana dispensaries moratorium. And there was a vote yesterday in favor or not in favor of having them. And Chief Piper, who gave a little speech, did a wonderful job. And he mentioned, the problems, the pros and cons. The city attorney was also there. She spoke a little bit about it. And each council member gave their opinion. It was 4 against and 1 nay. And I'll tell you who it was if you want to know.
So does that mean that
There will be no dispensaries allowed in the city of Whittier because of the federal government. It's illegal to have marijuana in your, it's a federal law.
Now, in your experience, Sherilyn, is this a representation of the residents of Whittier as to what the residents want?
Well, because it was not something we could vote on. Because there was nobody made a referendum or petitioned it. It was something that the council members had to make the decision on.
So it was more the council's decision.
It was the council's decision not to have it.
Is that representative of? I mean, in your feeling,
In my feeling, to be honest, I really don't know because I've never done any kind of study myself. I don't take drugs. I never have. My biggest drug is coffee. I gotta admit it. I'm a coffee person. I have to have my coffee every morning, and but I don't take prescription drugs. I occasionally take aspirin. I'm not a drug addict. I never was into even smoking cigarettes, so I have no idea.
Yeah, but the dispensaries are more medical based.
Well, the argument was that because of what happened at that one dispensary we had in Whittier, it was a very big problem. It was owned by somebody who wasn't a very nice person. What happened was it was owned by somebody that was doing money laundering.
Oh.
And so because of that issue, I'm not saying all dispensaries are like this, but it was a big problem for the city because the guy went to prison actually because of it.
Wow.
He got arrested. He wasn't even a resident of Whittier. I think he lived in Orange County, but he owned this dispensary. It was it was a very sad story because there are people that legitimately need the medicine. I have a friend, actually, who got a card. She has multiple sclerosis, and it takes away her pain. She ingests it. She eats it like in a muffin or in a brownie. But she's in so much pain, it does stop the pain. Certain people that need it for medicinal purposes,
Sure.
it does help the pain.
I was going to make a joke, but I mean that's serious.
Multiple sclerosis is a very serious.
serious.
Yes.
It depends. It depends where you're getting your medical card also, because I mean there's a lot of shady shops that you could go walk down Venice and walk into any of those little mom and pop shops and get a medical marijuana card. So everybody's carrying them, but they are those people out there that really need the drug and
Yes.
they really need for medication purposes. But like it says, there's always a loophole, and we always know how to go around it and take advantage of the situations.
Yeah, well, I think that was the opposition early on from law enforcement and from a lot of residents was exactly what was going to happen is that they were going to start finding those loopholes and then just using the drug recreationally and pretty much making it legal, and that's I think where a lot of people were they wanted to draw the line between its medicinal purposes medically versus its entertainment value, So,
right, and
yeah.
and what's really sad, and this is what one of the council members mentioned, and I can give you his name. His name is Joe Vinatieri. He had gone on I guess you call it a ride-along with the Santa Fe Springs, PD, which is really our PD, only they contract out from us, with City of Whittier. And they arrested 6 people that night when he went on the ride-along, and they were all kids that had the medical marijuana card between the ages of 18 and 26. Now, we both know that these people are not medically needed.
And that's what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
where you can get those cards. Basically, you go down Venice and you get them in any little shop in there, and it's not people that are really need them and the need to having them. It's for more recreational use.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it's an interesting subject. We could probably stay on that one for a while. But, the one that I'm finding interesting, we talked a little bit about this yesterday because I didn't know anything about it, actually, to be honest with you, was the moratorium on home building.
Oh, that's a big issue.
Yeah, and that's something that
Well,
caught my
it
attention.
struck me. Yeah, it struck me.
It was too. And I've always I've always wanted to know what was going on with that Fred Sinales parcel. So can you shed a little bit of light on that and what's going on that?
Absolutely. Well, Jeff Collier, who's been the city manager for a while, but before he was city manager, he was working with the community development. He was the head of that. And I remember in the beginning when we had our Fred C. Nell's property, it was like the whole city was at the Radisson Hotel, and we all got to make an input. What would you like to be seen there? And, everybody gave their opinion, homes, businesses, whatever. Well, Brookfield Homes is the developer that wants to develop on the Fred C. Nell's property, along with their partner, the Presbyterian Hospital. And I spoke to the gentleman who is an administrator there at the Presbyterian Hospital. He spoke last night. They want to build a nursing facility school there for nursing, which is a great idea. That's going to bring, a school. They also want to put businesses in that little area. It's 74 acres, I believe, that they need to occupy. And we're waiting for this moratorium to be lifted so we can start building those homes, bring jobs, get Presbyterian's nursing school. And I don't know why, but they're doing these studies. I guess they call them environmental impact study. And that's what's holding us up, really.
Well, it kind of brings a question: where did the moratorium even come from? I mean, why can't home builders build homes on vacant property in Whittier? I don't understand that.
And
they always have to do studies on an environmental impact.
This is something that I've got. It says.
I love to do some research on it.
Okay.
It says they
Let's
need
find
additional time to study the need of meta to modify the workplace in the district, and it says their current immediate threat and public health, welfare, and safety related establishment that of residential use. So I kind of was like, what does that mean?
Blah blah blah.
What does that
blah.
mean? I mean,
come on.
Anything nowadays is they're gonna find a hazard somewhere or another. So I believe this is excuse my language, but it's a pile of crap.
Well, smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors. I mean,
Here's the thing you got to remember. Well, when I used to work at the city, I did liability.
well said, though. By the way,
It's a liability issue. Okay, you have to make sure that it's not a danger to the public. They have to do, when there's new homes built, that means more traffic. That means more people coming in and off. It's all right there on Whittier Boulevard and Sorensen. That's a big traffic area.
But
there's a church there. Go ahead.
I'm gonna give you my side of it. You get a big vacant piece of land now. Now you've got grass growing all over it, wild bushes growing all over it, so it becomes a fire hazard also.
Yes, and right now,
on the other flip of the coin.
yes, right now
so
they're
it contradicts the
Yes.
reason why they do this. Yeah.
Exactly.
right now. You know what they're using it for is the film studios are making a lot of films there, which is fine. At least they're using it for something. But like I said, we have to wait for this environmental impact study. And we've had several people come and speak, including a person there that this has nothing to do with Fred C. Nails, that wants to get rid of that eyesore, the car wash. There's on
corner,
5 Points.
the 5 Points?
Yes, there. One of the developers there came and spoke, and I'm all for it. Let's get rid of that eyesore. Let's build some homes there. Let's do something with that property. It really is not. It's been there since 1964. It really isn't how do you call it?
Historical.
It's not
landmark.
historical. I don't consider it historical. I consider it an eyesore. Let's remove it. Let's put something beautiful there. Let's either build homes or do something. You can't just leave it there. It's been empty for a while.
Yeah. Well, now talking about Fred C. Nels, do you know of any movies that have been filmed there?
Just film. I don't know what they are. I just
know
know
of
that
any?
they're prison movies. I don't know.
There was one I read that they used it for. It was like a camp of one of those camps, and it was with Tom Cruise, I believe.
Oh, really? Was it Tom Cruise?
It was somebody famous in there. I was reading it, but I kind of didn't pay much attention to it. One of the things that I did kind of found interested was that a lot of people say that place is haunted.
Oh, wow. Well, we are coming up on a break. Give us a call, 855-693-4897. Give Sherilyn Reyes a call, or Alonso and myself, and win a $25 gift card.
We'll be right back. Don't touch that mouse.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more Real Estate Rant.
Add some crazy flavor to your vape pen. You're looking for something new and exciting in liquid vapor? Go to Crazy Cloud's e-Juice. Find them at burstoflavor.com and try any of the new 12 flavors they have available. Blueberry, mint, raspberry, chocolate, gummy bear, hemp, watermelon, cola, orange, pina colada, coconut, or Red Bully. Call us today at 855-WE-BURST or visit us at burstoflavor.com and order yours today.
The Share Foundation is the health division of the Coy Chiropractic Institute, a 501c3 509A2 public nonprofit organization dedicated to the growth and development of the natural health care services, in particular through the chiropractic profession, offering health services at the Share clinics in the greater Los Angeles area. Your donations can help in expanding these facilities across the nation, research programs, and public education, thus offering a solution to the many of the health challenges we face. Your donations are tax deductible and can be sent through our website at www.sharefoundation.com. That's www.cherfoundation.com by clicking on the donation button. Thank you.
The experts know that for pastry, Baker's Bodega has it all. Exclusive brands like Westco Bankmart, Satin Ice, and Pastry Pride. One-on-one day seminars for cake decorating and gelatin art. So for our service, wide range of ingredients and supplies, and for the low prices, Baker's Bodega has it all. But you don't need to be an expert. Baker's Bodega, 7869 Paramount Boulevard in Pico Rivera. Come, we're waiting for you.
Hey, bro, this is a good game. You know what would make it better?
What, bro?
A michelada.
A michelada? What's a michelada?
A michelada is somewhere in the middle of a Mexican Bloody Mary and a Mexican margarita.
Oh, I got you covered, bro.
You got a cup in your pocket?
No, sir. I got my pocket-sized michelada. Mucho macho michelada.
Pocket size?
Pocket size, so you can take it with you anywhere you go.
Where'd you get that at?
At the nearest convenience store, and you can also buy it at muchomachomichelada.com.
You know what would make it better? After we get drunk, if they had a line, we can call.
We can call their drunk line. You can leave a message and then log on to the site and listen to your stupidity afterwards.
What's that number?
It's 855-MICHE-69.
What's that number again?
855-MICHE-69.
Awesome. Mucho macho michelada.
What's up, guys? Sports Guru and Bud Knocker from Sportscast Wednesdays, 12 to 2 Pacific on Rant Radio Network.
We got everything you need to know about sports. We got all the latest video highlights. We got You Got Knocked the Fuck Out. We got Bonehead of the Week. We're talking sports, drinking beer, and having a good time.
If you missed the show, go to rantradionetwork.com and listen on demand. So check us out every Wednesday, 12 to 2 on Rant Radio Network.
Live from the Rant Radio Network,
You're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis.
and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat. And we are back. Alex and Alonso here at the Real Estate Rant. The towers of the Rant Radio Network here, the holy grounds. In-house in studio today, Miss Sherilyn Reyes, candidate for City of Whittier Council. Election coming up in April, you said?
April 2014.
Yes. And we were talking about Fred C. Nels, and Alonso actually did some research on that last night.
Yeah, well, you were asking what movies, what famous movies have been filmed there, and I believe Johnny Depp, Blow was filmed there
Really?
with Penelope Cruz.
See, I never knew that.
Yeah, and actually it was a correction facility, and the name Fred C. Nels came out on various shots of the movie.
So you could see where it says it.
Yes, you can see
What?
where it sees it.
You know what? And I just saw that movie, and that went right past me.
Well, so some people talk about keeping, the Fred C. Nels as a tourist attraction. You know, we'll have our own Alcatraz in our backyard. You know, so
I'll tell you what. I mean, what do you think about that, Sherilyn?
Yeah, I don't think so. We don't really want a prison there anymore.
Well, it is Whittier. It's kidding.
So and then another interesting fact was that it's haunted. You know, it says back in the 30s. I was reading, doing a little research, and it says about back in the 30s there was a couple of murders that went out there in the correctional facility. Whereas they say that they hear in the dormitories they hear different sounds of people yelling or some sort of things like that where it's haunted, Now
you heard this somewhere, or you read it?
Well,
somewhere?
actually, I read it somewhere.
Oh, you did?
Actually,
Okay.
I read it, and it goes back. I got the actual article.
Like
where
on,
it says,
it was a newspaper article.
it was actually on the internet on.
Oh, okay. So just like a blog or something.
Yeah, I googled it, and it was on a blog, and it said.
That's interesting. Have you ever been to Fred C. Nels, Sherilyn?
Just driven by it. I know it. I read about the history, and it started out as just a school for boys that were just not really good boys, and then it escalated to people that were doing really, horrendous crimes, underage boys, and then, as time goes on, people, they do bad things. They got to go to jail for it,
Yeah, and these are underage, right? Under 18.
Right. It was a school for boys. It started out, but then it became a prison for young men. I think up to 21 years old.
And I think we got a phone call. Is that correct, Mr. Pantalones? Let's see who's calling in. Welcome to the Real Estate Rant. How can we help you? Are you there?
Hello, yes.
Yes, hello.
Hi there. I have a question for Sherilyn.
Oh, okay. Sherilyn, you have a question?
Good morning. Actually, I'm really looking forward to the Wednesday night farmers market coming back. So I wish you all the best in the upcoming elections.
Thank
and how can people get involved with going to these meetings, going to the city council meetings? I'm sure it's probably online somewhere, but is there new topics that are coming up? Just like you said, how city council did. I guess they voted amongst themselves about the marijuana dispensaries, but how can people get more involved in things like that?
Yeah, where are they held? Where can you get a schedule?
Well, you can get it online. You can go to the library. You could go to City Hall, and they always have the agenda before you have the city council meeting. They had a special meeting this week because of the holidays. It's usually not It's every second and fourth Tuesday. But because of this holiday season, they had to change it. And I think there's going to be one more meeting next month. It starts at 6:30. And if you have an issue or a complaint, you could actually you have 3 minutes, which you can say whatever you'd like.
So they're open to the public. They're not
Yes.
closed meetings. Whereas
No.
you guys are voting, because my understanding as council members, you guys are voice of the public.
Mm-hmm.
So it's public opinion count.
Of course, but you're allowed those 3 minutes in the beginning before the council, convenes. But then when it's certain issues that, when they have litigation, then they do have the closed meeting after that the public is not invited to. Because they're usually talking about issues that deal with the police department or issues involving the city attorney.
So I'm thinking maybe, what is it, like Whittier, cityofwhittier.com or something?
Cityofwhittier.org, I believe.
Oh, .org,
Mhm.
okay. Does that answer your question, caller?
Yes, it does. Thank you so much.
Okay, well,
and best of luck on the election. So we'll be looking out for your name.
Caller, one question we have. Are you interested in legalizing marijuana, or why is it the concern?
Just like she mentioned, I don't know, those kids being caught with the marijuana cards, how is it that they have those cards? I mean, you have to look at their medical history as well. I mean, did they just get the cards out of somewhere? Did an actual physician prescribe it?
Well, there's
And if
actually.
not,
Have you been to Venice Beach?
no.
Well, if you go down Venice Beach, there's a strip of physicians there that are eager to give you that medical marijuana card for $20.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so there's a loophole.
Wow.
There's a loophole in the system. So ultimately, there should be some accountability to the physicians that are prescribing these cards, if they are going to be dispensaries and if that system's going to work at all, right? Caller, by any chance, are you watching the show today as well?
I am watching the show.
Did you get a chance to take a look at our design deal?
I did take a look, and this time I didn't cheat and try to do a Google search, so I have no idea what kind of house that would be.
Care to take
When
a
I
stab
first saw
at
it, I thought, well, it kind of reminds me of like a Cape Cod, but I don't think that's what it is.
Yes, no, that's it. But for calling in and giving us a question, we will give you a gift card. Are you interested in teeth whitening or a Stevens Steakhouse gift card?
Let's go with the teeth whitening.
Teeth whitening, okay. All right,
Yes.
well, let me put you on hold, and my engineer will get your information, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right,
We,
thanks for calling.
Very, very much enjoy your show. Thank
All
you
righty,
so much.
thank you for calling. All righty, so I don't know, I have a little bit of an echo here. Are you hearing that?
It's maybe the ghost coming back here.
Yeah,
they left
maybe
Fred C. Nels, and they're all here at our towers now, Alex.
The Fred C. Nels ghost is
Maybe we shouldn't talk bad about Fred C. Nels.
Yeah, no, we like you, Fred. Take it easy here, right? Give us a call, 855-693-4897, here at the Real Estate Rant. I'm Alex and Alonso. And there was something that you actually wanted to bring up a little bit more of, and that was the rail.
Yes.
The blue line, green line, yellow line. I've been on them. I love taking my little girls on those for a ride. They think of it kind of like a Disneyland ride when we go.
And it's funny you talk about that, Alex. Ever since the metros got installed in the trains, I've always wanted to go on one of those train rides, and I haven't had the privilege of riding one of those rail stations.
Whittier Boulevard and Atlantic. There's a station right there. You can park your car and jump on. I think it's $1.50, if I remember correctly, per person, something like that. You get like a little card that you load, and you jump on the train. Nobody ever even came by to check if we paid or anything like that. But I'll tell you, it was a fun ride. It really was. We went all the way up to Pasadena. We went to the Jazz Festival. I took my little girls. They loved it. They absolutely loved it. But now, Sherilyn had mentioned now that there's some talk about possibly bringing that to Whittier.
I'm really hoping we do. Jeff Collier, the city manager, and Fernando have been trying to work with the powers that be to bring the small train ride through Washington Boulevard up into 5 Points. This takes a lot of negotiation and a lot of work.
Taxes are going to go up in the city of Whittier?
Well, the only problem I see really, the business owners on Washington Boulevard are going to be disrupted. But if we do get this. It's going to bring so much commerce to the city of Whittier. I want it. I'm hoping for it because it's going to bring some disruption, but it's also going to bring a lot of business. And that's what we need here in Whittier.
Oh, and
more business.
That brings up another topic. Whittier was named the friendliest business. What was that award called? Can you shed some light on me? I'm coming close to a brain fart.
Oh, yeah.
You're having a
business friendly city was the award. Yeah. Well, a lot of people disagree with that. I myself have a little bit of a problem with it myself. I know of a couple of big companies that have left. That would be Leggett and Platt and Calcor. They're gone. One of the reasons why I am running is I want to bring back big business. I want to bring a manufacturing company. You know, do you remember? I don't know if you're from Pico. Whoa, what was that?
That was the cha-ching. Yeah, cha-ching.
Do you remember the Ford dealership they used to have?
Yeah.
And then Grumman. We're talking about Cadillac, a big company. That's what Whittier needs.
Yeah, they're ghost towns, right? They're not there anymore.
Well,
they're gone.
They tore it down.
But hey, why can't Whittier have a big manufacturing company?
Why can't they get a big Walmart in there? Huh? Like that shopping center they did.
I'm not talking about Walmart. I'm talking about manufacturing where we can actually bring jobs to Whittier. We need jobs. We need income. We need taxable income. And that's the way to do it.
Well, it looks like they're doing something over there. They tore down the buildings and they have it all fenced off. The Cadillac dealer's gone. The Ford dealer's gone. But it looks like they're doing something over there.
On Whittier Boulevard, there is something going on. Yeah, they're building an LA Fitness. I know about that. That's gone through. Yeah, I love the sound effects.
They also what I hated to see gone was a skate land.
Oh,
I mean,
no,
that was
too.
an icon when I was growing up.
Oh, I'll tell you how many times I've been there, the skate land, and it was just great.
I'll be back.
I know.
Yeah, but there was some talk of like when they tore that out that they found some dead bodies or something. Was that just a rumor?
Gee, I didn't hear that. I just remember going there as a kid and bringing my children there. They had their little skate parties. Even my kids went there, so even my kids miss it.
That was a place to go on Friday nights after school when I was growing up in elementary, intermediate. You know, that's where I spend a lot of my time.
I think I saw you there.
Just waiting for them to say, "Okay, couples only." And
exactly.
Yeah.
And then everybody used to hold combs. Remember, or the girls would hold combs
backwards only now.
Instead of holding hands, they would hold combs. Remember that? So we are coming up on our last segment. A lot of good topics today. You know, I'll be honest with you. Give us a call 855-693-4897. Win a gift card or just have a question for us, Alex, Alonso, or Sherilyn. We're coming up on our last segment, and we'll put some plugs in for some other things that Sherilyn talked
about. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with some more Real Estate Rant.
Looking for a delicious, fresh family meal that's ready when you are and easy on your budget? Welcome to Piara Pizza. We make our pizzas with handmade dough, 100% real cheese, and tomato sauce blended with our own spices. Nothing is ever frozen. We always have large pepperoni and cheese pizzas fresh and waiting for you for only $5. Or choose one of our specialty pizzas. We have veggie, meat lovers, supreme, and Hawaiian. Add an order of our amazing hot wings, cheesy bread, or breadsticks. Our locations are ultra-modern, ultra-clean, and open 7 days a week. Visit any one of our locations today, or check us out on the web at www.piarapizza.com. Piara Pizza. Fresh, hot, and ready for you when you come in. Stop in for your Piara Pizza today.
ProTech Carpet Tile and Care provides professional cleaning services for carpet, tile, grout, upholstery, and fine area rugs.
ProTech technicians are professionally trained and certified cleaning and restoration experts.
We specialize in restoring damage caused by heavy soil and odor.
We can remove challenging spots such as coffee, tea, ink, gum, wine, and many more.
We have saved our customers thousands of dollars on new flooring and furniture expenses with our advanced cleaning processes.
Call for a free estimate at 562-447-4300 and visit us on our website, www.myprotectsite.com.
Hey, this is Joe Perez, owner at Protec. Just reminding you that Protec Carpet and Tile Care is your professional choice.
What's wrong? I can't stop craving a cigarette. I just quit. Hey, what are you smoking on?
Oh, this? Best e-juice on the planet. Burst of flavor, of course.
What's that?
Only the best alternative to smoking with a great flavor. It has a burst of flavor in every puff.
Well, does it have nicotine?
It comes in different levels, including 0. They have 20 flavors and more coming. All the products are made in the U.S. Check them out at www.burstoflavor.com or call them at 855-WE-BURST.
Hey, let's burst together.
It's not just flavor, it's an experience. Cigarettes, you've met your match.
Number one. Number one.
Is that a stutter or as high as you can count?
I was ordering number one tequila.
Everybody's asking for number one.
Great, another fancy bottle.
These guys are true artists. Never compromise integrity. They make tequila
Come
the
on.
old-fashioned way. Never mass-produced.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying have the number one. Anything less is number two. Number one, tequila.
Everyone, even Elvis loves Firehouse Chefs.
Catch FHC Radio every Wednesday from 8 to 9 p.m. on the Rant Radio Network.
Live from the Rant Radio Network, you're listening to Real Estate Rant with your host, Alex Alanis,
and your co-host, Mr. Alonso Rodriguez.
No problems, just solutions for real estate needs, hot topics, and controversial chat. And we are back here, 1045 at the Rant Radio Network.
At the towers of the Rant Radio Network, getting ready to jump off that building.
Oh, my goodness.
It's one of those days, Alex.
Yeah, it sure is. I'll tell you what, I love this weather, though, the cool weather, because I can't stand the heat. You know, I remember when we were doing like the May and June shows, even July.
Usually that happens when we're a little heavy.
Well, that too. But it gets really warm here in the studio, and, you know, I was taking my jacket off and stuff, and, you know, let's do this, right? Thank you for listening, Alex and Alonso. In-house today, we have Miss Sherilyn Reyes, Cindy. There he goes. I can never say that right. City of Whittier councilperson candidate. Okay, and I had to read that. Now, if you'd like to get a hold of Sherilyn, you can reach her at 562-693-6318. Now, is that your cell phone number?
That's my office number.
Oh, your office number. Okay. You can also email Sherilyn at shalamproductions@yahoo.com. And you mentioned you have a website as well. It's SherilynShalam.wordpress.com.
Yes.
And we have your information here up on the screen. And that would help anyone who might have a question for a council person. You know, God willing, you get elected at that time. I mean, what are your aspirations on that end?
It's something that I really believe in. I believe in saving Whittier. I love Whittier. I want Whittier to be perfect the way it was when my kids were little. And that's why I'm doing it. I'm not doing it for the power. I'm not doing it to make money, because you don't really make money as a city council person. It's more of an expense account. I'm doing it because I believe that Whittier can be better than it is now. It could be like it was.
And do you go out and do you campaign or?
I'm not allowed to until after December is when I go ahead and put in my paperwork. I already put in that I'm going to run, but it's not until December. We have a very short window from December to April to do any campaigning. And yes, I do have a campaign manager.
Oh, you do? Okay.
And I do have a lady that's also helping me raise funds, because I'm really grassroots. I'm a poor musician, and I'm single, and I don't have a lot of money, and it's just a grassroots effort. And just, you know, I hope people believe in what I believe in.
Now, God willing, you get elected. Is there a salary involved in being a council person?
I think there's a very small salary, but it's, like I said, I'm not doing it because I want the money. I'm doing it because I believe that Whittier can be better. And unfortunately, a lot of the people that are on the council have been there a little too long. And I'm hoping that we do set term limits. That's another thing I'm going to try to strive for when I do get elected, so that they only can be in office for 2 terms, which would mean 8 years. Right now, our mayor has been in there for a long time. We do have a charter system. I don't know if anybody knows what that means, but it's a charter system that the city is under. And if you just go online or just talk to somebody, the treasurer, the clerk at the city hall, and they'll explain what really goes on in the city, how the decisions are made.
Well, you're saying that there is no term limits right now?
No, there are no term limits.
So they can go on indefinitely?
Indefinitely.
As long as they don't get voted out?
That's correct.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting.
And how does one get voted out, Sherlyn?
Well, if you are running for city council, if you get more votes than the other person, that's how you get voted out. But like I said, there is a referendum that's coming up in June to set term limits and also to do some redistricting, but that's not until after the election. That's going to be in June in 2014.
Now, do you think that the councilors or the powers that be, would they be opposed to term limits, or are they for term limits?
I don't know about them, but I want term limits. I don't think somebody should be in office for 30 or 40 years. I think it's kind of like being like an old crony. Let somebody else give them a chance, because obviously in Whittier, and I'm not trying to be a bigot or anything, but most of the population in Whittier are Hispanic. And I'm not Hispanic, my daughter is Hispanic, but they're not being represented. And that's one of the things that they're talking about now. They have a coalition who started another grassroots effort, the Hispanic Coalition, to have the Hispanic community have more of a voice as well.
Anything to say about that, Alonso?
Yeah, I'm all for I'm all for it. Being Hispanic, I'm all for it.
You want taquitos down on every block, right?
I kind of seen it in a movie. What movie was it? I forgot what movie it was, but it was they're talking about, it was a black populated city where the guy was saying, there's no more chicken stands. There's now all taco stands, So I want to see more of those taco stands.
Let me play devil's advocate here for a second, because Alonso's touching on a good point. I see it just a little bit differently, and slap me around, Alonso, if you want to, because you usually tell me why'd you say that, right? But I see it as a council person. You should be representative of what the residents of Whittier, not what they want necessarily, but what their concerns are. Okay. And as a council person, you should be representative of that, regardless of your racial background, your culture, your religion, that kind of thing. Those things I think are separate.
I agree.
And so, we do live in a multicultural society. I mean, you have the top four, if you will, white, Hispanic, black, Asian, but then you get off into other sects of society. I think that as a council person, you should really be representing all of those people.
I agree. And I'm just mentioning it because they are doing this. I'm not a part of it, but, there are people that come up to the city council meeting, and it's a referendum that's going to be voted on. They're going to redistrict in June. It's just what's going on in city council.
Yeah. So it has more to do with the fact that that's the push, if you will, for that particular issue.
Yes.
Versus just wanting to be multicultural.
It's nothing that I'm involved in. I'm just mentioning it. That's what's happening right now in the city of Whittier.
Okay. You mentioned, and this is interesting, you're working on a film.
It's in pre-production. I have a partner who lives in Tehachapi. His name is Leon Lee. He's a constructionist, and what a constructionist is it's like a sculptor, but he works with metal, and an artist. And he and I have written the outline, and we have a script writer also that's working with us. And it's in the very beginning stages, but this is kind of like my last hurrah. I wanted to do a film before I die. So, I've done the music, I've done the stage, and now this is the thing that he's done a horror film, and now he wants to do a feature film, and it's a futuristic film called The Next Cycle.
The Next Cycle. Now, are you working in the background of the movie? Or are you in the movie?
No, I'm actually writing the film with him. Him and I are both. Well, we're the producer. It's an indie film, which means an independent film, which means that it's on the cheap. You get people.
Some of those have been very popular, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There was one recently, Paranormal Activity, I think. That was one of those independent films originally, and it was like one of the highest grossing films, horror films, I think.
Yeah.
And their budget was like nothing. I mean, it was filmed at a house, and they did a few special effects, but I mean, it was
Well, we're starting as an independent film, but we're hoping somebody big picks it up because the script is, I can't really say, but it's about the future, and it's very, very close to my heart. So, like I said, it's in the beginning stages. It's something that takes, when you do a film, it's a long and grueling process because you have to get the script done, you have to get the actors, you've got to make sure you have money to pay the actors, and then you got to find the location shots. We're hoping we're going to be doing location shots in Tehachapi and hopefully in Whittier as well.
Fred Sinell's.
I don't know about that.
It's a horror film. You know, you got the ghosts there. They come included.
So kind of to recap a little bit, Sherilyn, if I may, and you can tell me, Alex, none of your business, okay? What is your position on medical marijuana outlets here in Whittier?
Well, I talk to both sides. I see both sides of the issue. And after talking to both sides, I feel bad for the people that are using it legitimately. I really do. But because of the situation that happened with those kids, I'm really not for the dispensaries here in Whittier, basically because it is against the federal law. And I'm a law-abiding citizen.
The home moratorium, home building?
I want that to be lifted because we need jobs and we also need, places for people to live here in Whittier. But just to, I want Whittier to grow. I want the moratorium lifted.
The Metro Rail.
I want it. More growth and more business for Whittier.
So, as a candidate for the city of Whittier, how does one vote for you?
Well, all you have to do is go to City Hall and get I brought some with me. If you guys aren't a registered voter, you got to register to vote now because the election is in April. So, if you are not a registered voter, you got to sign up. You can get the form there at City Hall.
Once again, you have to be a resident of Whittier, right?
Yes.
And it has to be incorporated Whittier. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, incorporated. Now, in terms of, I just had a question. It just slipped my mind. So there's going to be is there a ballot? Now, you didn't mention any parties or anything.
I'm in a certain party. Yes.
That's not.
Should I tell you?
Well, no. That's,
I can tell you
if you want to. I mean,
I have nothing to hide. My sister Madeline Shapiro, she's a Democrat. I am a Tea Party Republican.
Okay.
Tea Party Republican.
Okay. Well, Sherilyn, thanks for joining us here at the Real Estate Rant.
You're very welcome.
I really enjoyed today's show. Sherilyn, if during the campaign you'd like to join us and we can talk about some more issues that might come up, things that you may feel strongly about, we'd love to hear about them here on the show. We'd like to air this stuff. The motto on the show here is to ensure the public trust. And we try to find, try to get rid of the problems and find solutions. That's one of our mottos.
And what better place that we can start with the council person, to get those laws changed.
Yeah, locally. We want to deal with it locally first, and at some point possibly even get national at some point. So again, thank you for joining us here at the Real Estate Rant, and also the listeners and to the callers. Join us next week, Wednesday at 10 o'clock. We'll be back.
Thanks for tuning in to Real Estate Rant Radio.
Make sure to join us every Wednesday at 10 a.m.
on the Rant Radio Network, where we talk about solutions to your real estate problems. The views and opinions expressed by the host or any guest on this show are encouraged to be followed up by a professional tax advisor or attorney, as we are not qualified or authorized to give advice in two areas: legal matters and tax matters.